Hi, so you've been thinking to learn Notion, and then you kind of just feel overwhelmed with so many different things. You probably heard something about databases, pages, blogs, like what's it about, right? Even though when you see on social medias, there are all these beautiful beauty pages that people have created. For example, we have this meal planner, a task tracker that can kind of see the agenda, or even something like a finance tracker that you can see. So all these are beautifully created, but it's probably very overwhelming when you get started. So instead, I figured out it'd be good to kind of learn Notion just through writing. As I personally believe that Notion has one of the most enjoyable writing experience compared to other software like Google Docs, Microsoft, or Notepads. So let's get into it. So I've created this page here called Learn Notion Through Writing. So from your end, if you want to create a new page, you can either go to your sidebar here. So there's a private here. Usually if you want to use a private page, you can just click in the page and then just type the page. Learn Notion Through Writing. So I'm going to collapse the sidebar. So by default, Notion goes with the design philosophy of minimalistic. Well, it looks nice on social media, but it can be frustrating for new users because you just can't see anything. So how it works with Notion is that you have to navigate to a specific section. Like for example, I want to add an icon for this page. So I'm just going to hover to where the icon usually is at. You can see we have the add icon button here. Click it. Then Notion will suggest an icon, and then you can choose one that based on your preference. So I'm going to put this writing hand here. So you can even upload your own custom icons based on the images you want. But we're going to keep it simple. Just use writing hand. And then another very common one is we can add cover. So basically cover page, just click change. And then you can go to Unsplash. So you have tons of photos that you can select. Beautiful photos that you don't even need. Or if you want to, you can upload yourself, or you can use through image link. But again, we're going to keep it simple. This is the image we're going to use. And you can even kind of reposition, like based on what you want. Like maybe I want it to at this angle to see this one step 2. Save position. All right, let's get to the writing now. So you might see there's a bottom here. We have get started, ask AI meeting notes, database, form, templates. So this is overwhelming. Let's ignore this. We're not going to rely on any templates. First of all, just click any of the empty space here. So you can see press space for AI or / for commands. So Notion works on blocks. So you can imagine like Legos. You kind of stack on Legos on top of Legos. So in this case, we're going to type /. So once you type /, Notion is going to suggest you a tons of things here. So what we're going to look at is the basic blocks. So you have text, headings, bulleted lists, numbered lists, to-do list, toggle list, page call out and quote, and table divider, link to page. So you don't need to know everything, but you can experiment with it. So text, I think is self-explanatory. You can just click it. Basically, we can do welcome to my personal page. But what if I want to make this text bigger? I want to make it H2. So by following the same minimalistic concept, we go to the 6 dot here. We want to change something for this specific block. You click it, and then we select turn into, and this is where you can choose which header you want. So I'm going to select heading 2. So you can see we have this welcome to my personal page. So next up, so instead of just text, I want to include some images. So you can see just now I press enter here, or return if you're using Mac to kind of scroll down here. And then you can just type whatever you want. This is probably something that's more similar to a traditional Word document. And then you can kind of drag around as well. You want to like, maybe I want it to be on the top. So, but we're going to just remove everything. Let me just backspace. So I want to put an image of myself so people can know an introduction of me. So I'm going to do / again. So when we go back to basic blocks, we're going to go to something called image. So there's a media here. Image, video, audio, code file, web bookmark. So there's some new AI features here, but I'm going to ignore that. I'm going to go for Unsplash, handsome guy. Okay, so this will be my profile now. It will be this guy. So this is the introduction of myself. So when people come here, they will see a photo of myself. Obviously, this is not me. All right. And then you probably notice, oh, maybe this is a bit too big. What can I do with it? So by default, say with the minimalistic approach, you don't see anything here. So what you can do is you can see once you hover to it, the image, there are a lot of things showing up here. So first thing you can see on the side here, there's this left and right. I don't want to call it like a small bar. So you can actually kind of adjust the size of the photo to make it smaller or bigger. And then maybe I don't want it to be centered. I want it to be going to the left side, right? What I can do is same thing. You just kind of go to the image and you kind of explore what each of them means. So Comment means you can provide your comments. Please upload your real photo, for example. So when you're collaborating with people, you can kind of comment for different section. And this is the one that we want, alignment. Just click alignment, you can select left. So you can see that it moves to the left side. Next up, you want to try other different tools. So slash again. You can see we have bulleted list maybe. So I'm going to type bulleted list. Maybe before bulleted list, I want to type my hobby, for example. So I'm going to show you one scenario. It's quite common. People get confused or frustrated. So I have the bulleted list here, but I want to add a header H3 to type my hobbies. But when I go up, I can't really type it like it's under this caption, right? So what you can do is, there are two ways. One is you can go until the end, just press return or enter. Then automatically we have a space. Maybe I'll press twice. And then I'll do slash H3. You can see I'm typing out the command as well. So just H3, then I'll do my hobbies. Another scenario is, let me just remove this. You can type H3 at the bottom here, my hobbies. I'm going to just drag this to the top. Then you can see this is on the top now instead of the bottom. So this is another way you can do it. And then if you want to add more space between my hobbies and the photo, you can just go to the first text, just press return or enter, and we have the same result. Alright, so my hobbies, maybe I like swimming, gaming, and then car camping. Something that I've been doing lately that I'm very into. So it's probably a little bit boring. Like you can see swimming, gaming, I want to add a little bit of emoji. You can do that as well in Notion. So I'm going to go to the car camping here. You can do slash. You can type emoji, or you can see they already suggested emoji. Click emoji. You can just put a car, automobile, and then space here. Gaming, I'm going to just do emoji as well. I'm going to type gaming. Usually they come out. If nothing, then maybe game. Then you can see there's a game here. And then swimming, I'm going to just type emoji, swimming. And that's it. We added some flair or colors to it. So next up, maybe I want to have some of my personal information here. So I'm thinking, let me just go to slash, kind of see what blocks I want to use. So we can add checklist. Maybe I want to use table. So I want to give some personal information of myself. Click table. And then maybe I'll just do enter again. So I'm going to do H3, personal info, or maybe about me. It's more fun. So about me, maybe I can put my age. So you can see by default, Notion will kind of create a table for you, which is like 3 column size. So maybe I just want to have 2, right? So the same thing, Notion by default goes with minimalistic. So you want to do something, you go to the specific area. And then even when you click it here, right, nothing is showing up. So just click on the table here. Then you can see this 6 dots showing up here. Just click on it, select delete. And then maybe I want to make some adjustment as well. So I want to make sure that this is like bigger. So I can click the 6 dot from left side, fit to width. Then I can adjust it based on the size. So with age, country, maybe favorite food. I think that's enough. So I probably don't need the top. Can just delete this as well. Just click on the 6 dot, click delete. Then maybe age, I'm going to put 33. I'm from Malaysia. And then my favorite food is sushi, for example. So now that we have the table, again, it looks a bit bland. We want a bit more color to attract people to see it. So what you can do is, we go to the specific column. Let's say I want this column to have some color. Okay, click the 6 dot, click color, and then you can see we can either change the color for the text, but I probably want to be more colorful. So yellow background. And then maybe this one, I want to have the text to be different color. Click on 6 dot, color, and maybe I want to be blue text. So that's how we can kind of add colors to it. And maybe you're asking, Thomas, I want to make this bold as well. How can I do that? So this one is similar to what you're used to in Word. So you can either select all of them and click Command Bold or Control B, or you can do one by one. Just like double click on the text. You can see there's various formatting tools that you can use. So click bold, bold, and bold. So the rest you can kind of try around. Like basically it's just underline, italize, add links. I think our page is looking pretty good now. Let's see what else we can do. So you can also add something called divider. So click divider. So if you prefer to have more separation for each of the section, right, we can use this. And if you're lazy like me, you want to duplicate it, you can either click on this and then click duplicate. So you can kind of drag around, or you can just do Command or Control D, it'll duplicate for you. And then we kind of drag around to the top. So maybe around here, so they have some separation. So for now, maybe I want to have this one here as well. Yep. So you can see that we have some separation now. So it looks a bit more tidier. So next up is, what if you want to have like a separate columns, like 2 columns? So maybe for example, in this photo here, maybe you want to have some text here, right? So how can we do that? So we can just go to the welcome to my personal page. Just press enter or return / we're going to do something called column. So you can either find it at the bottom here. Yeah, things here, or you can see 2, 3, 4, 5 columns. So, or you can just do columns. Then it's like 2 columns here. Usually I prefer just to kind of type out some text here, so I can see where the column belongs to. Then I'm going to just drag this image to this S here. So you can see it's under this side. Then I'm going to just remove the S, and then I'm going to do this S part here. So maybe I want to add some quote. I don't have any good ideas now, but maybe like it's okay to be not okay and share with people that you trust. So maybe I want to just enter it, put it in the middle. So you probably ask me, Thomas, I want this to be bigger. How can I do that? So unfortunately, you can't really change the text size other than just by converting them into H1, H2, H3. What you can do is you can kind of do it by bold. So you can include colors here based on the formatting. This is roughly what you can do. Of course, there's another way you can do it is through something called block equation. I think something like this. So this is something more advanced. People have like fancy text and stuff, but I wouldn't recommend it for a beginner. Alright, so we're mostly done with the basic writing. So before we kind of finish this page, maybe I just want to remove these comments here. You can just click resolve, then it would not show up. But if you want to kind of check your previous comment, right, you can always go to the view all new discussions and then see all. That's where you can see the previous comments. And then if you don't want it to be like, I don't know what I call it, it's kind of slim now, the design. So you want to be more wider, right? What you can do is actually just go to the 3 dot here and then click full width. That's where you can have like a full width page. So this is up to personal preference and depends on the purpose that you're using. For personal introduction, I prefer to just clip it slimmer. And if your intention is just to share with people so they can go through it and then they don't make any accidental changes, what you can do is a good practice is just click the 3 dot and select lock page. So once you have this done, so it doesn't matter who is it, they cannot simply change the pages. Of course, you can do this by the permission based on how you share, but this also kind of helps yourself to kind of prevent any accidental changes as well. So that's it for this lesson. Let me know if this helpful for you. If it is, then maybe you can do another series, but I would appreciate you let me know what are the things that you're more interested to learn. Thank you.